This is a podcast.
This song seems to have a little truth involved. That's the point of every bar. I'm here to screw with y'all, so you can rock with and feel my pain and copy notes just to know I'm ghostwriting to get through to y'all. You see the picture's worthless if the camera's not working.
From the bottom. From the bottom. You know we got 'em.
Wake up, wake up.
Wake up!
There you go. She got it all convinced. Is your mic
What's
the
up,
right
everybody?
way? Is your mic the right way, or am I tripping?
You're tripping.
Hold up. I think we got it. We got everything rolling. You know, technical to community difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
That's what I was reaching for, but I couldn't get out the bag. This wine is kind of in my way, crossing me over right now. So let me take another sip.
All right, y'all. So last week's episode got cut short. The baby, you know, he comes first. He woke up and needed me. So
Yeah.
we're back at it again. Round 2. Fight.
Mortal Kombat. You're crazy. What's the? How we gonna jump off into it? Something sad, something slow.
You know, first of all, I just want to send all love, support, prayer down south, the whole coast, up in Atlanta and the upper part. Ooh, it's just... I'm glad they can't see my hand moving.
I wish we should.
No, but for real, like, everybody is so... I had lived in South Carolina for a few years, and I know some folks down there, and everyone that fled away from the coast, pretty much everyone I knew went to Atlanta. The storm hit Atlanta, so, you know, I just pray for everybody and put that out there. We're not gonna spend too much time.
It's like they hit all the places where you would go to evacuate.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's some nonsense. But yeah, man, news been sad. That was just a young lady. Friend took her to a party and they were doing a Facebook Live recording. It's just been on, you know, just been on the media all day. So I really don't know too much truth about it. But a young lady was found dead. And I want to send our condolences. We would like to send our condolences to her, you know, her family. Because that's something, you know, that's a very hard pill to swallow. And, you know, to find your daughter in the freezer. To say that, you know, them telling you that your daughter's in the freezer, you know, dead, that's outrageous. You don't know what, you know, what's going through a person's mind.
I couldn't even imagine.
I don't want to imagine.
Like,
And you know what? That brings me to a point as a parent in these days now. We literally have to be 100% careful on who we allow our kids around. Like, who are they friends? Because they can be one way at home, but different when it comes to their friends. Because we know how we were, but it was different. Now
everything was different when we were growing up.
Yeah,
everything
was totally different from, you know,
Times
curfew.
Have changed so much.
Yeah, it went from you couldn't wait to go outside to now your parents have to force you to literally tell you need to go outside.
Me and my brother used to run the streets. We had our little crew. We would mob through town. And I say mob because there would be like 12 of us walking down the road. Like, we had a big crew. But even if it wasn't just the crew, like if it was just me and my brother or me and someone else, like running the streets, period. I would never let the boys run the streets like we used to. Never. Oh my God. I could.
Oh no, not
This
like
world is so crazy these days.
yeah. It's like you can't go.
You can't trust nobody.
Yeah, that's
No
That-
one.
and that brings me to a point. To a topic. What's the topic again?
We have one that's do you trust people with your kids? Or who do you trust with your kids? That's a touchy subject.
It is a touchy, subject because, like we just said, sometimes you never know, and you just never know, and that'll be some hurtful. It'll be a shock, a pain. It's indescribable. I'm just saying. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Like even just saying that when my mom's passed, just right there was a shock. But to find out a different kind of way, and then it's your child.
Yeah.
But you do have to watch people. You have to give people background checks. Like literally, they 30 years old, you got to give them a 29-year history. Be like, because once you started walking, I don't know what you was doing now. Pickpocketing, putting it in your pamper and say, me got pee-pee. No, I don't know.
I've always been blessed to have my family watch the boys.
Yeah.
I've never, ever had to resort to a daycare. And I am so thankful for that. I am so grateful.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that option, and I know how blessed I am in that situation, and I'm just me as a child. I as well never was in daycare, but I was put in some crazy situations, and I would never want anything to happen like that for my kids. So to be able to know and fully know and trust the people that your kids are around is such a relief. You don't have to worry about them. And a lot of people can't say that.
That's true.
A lot of people don't know the people fully that their kids are with.
Yeah. And yeah, I know well back home that was one of the things, because when you had grandparents, you had actual grandparents that were at least late 50s and up, not 35 and up.
Old granny.
Yeah, not the new granny. I'm talking about that had it made when she said, "Hey, mama, can you watch the kids?" She be like, "Yeah, baby, you gonna come pick me up?" "Yeah, I'm gonna come get your mama." "All right, baby, I'll be waiting." You show up 3 hours late. "Baby, what's going on, baby?" Get to the crib, ain't got nothing to eat. Grandma be like, "It's all right, baby. You got some Earl?" Where your pants at?
You go fry something though.
Hey, we gonna get something. You got bologna? Shoot, fry some bologna. Or grandma used to get macaroni and wieners. Or then we used to do SpaghettiOs. Get a can. Man, they used to be.
You were just talking the
we were
other
just
day
talking
how
about that.
one can, or you have 2 cans to feed all 8 of your cousins.
All 8 of our cousins. And 3 of them fat. You be like, man, he gonna get. Watch grandma give him the most. Watch. Come on, grandma, just a little bit. No, but really, hey, that's how it was. I mean, yeah. But that's, honestly, those are the kind of, grandparents that I'm thankful for having, in that generation, because we needed that.
Mm-hmm.
And this generation needs it as well, because these kids are more knowledgeable. And if you do have your parents watching them, grandparents watching them, they have to kind of stay on these kids.
Well, look, kids have access to way more than we did as children. Like, so many kids have their own cell phones, their own laptops. Like, the internet is a hell of a drug. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, you be seeing
Hey.
somebody walking around. What's wrong, man? Facebook me down all day, bro. Twitching. Like,
No, but I'm just saying, like, kids are thrown in front of a tablet or a TV or a cell phone even to entertain themselves at a very early age these days. And the things that they see and learn through those things, like, it's not like when we were growing up
we had the
at all.
No, there was the only tutorial is to literally go out there and mess yourself
Shoot, we
up
was just
doing.
getting the internet. And when you did get on the internet, it was dial-up, and you half fall asleep before it even connect.
Half fall asleep. You used to play free art. We used to play free arcade games and
my
look
goodness.
up cheat codes. That's what we used to do. Oh well, we went to Black Planet.
Gave his.
I'm just saying we went on Black Planet, but that's when we was a little older. When we was in elementary, going to the library. That's all we was doing.
See, I'm a little older than you. Ooh, what time is it, y'all? What time is it?
Nope.
Oh, in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, my baby's about to be 30. Ooh, baby, you getting old.
Wait, let's classify first. All right. Today, it's September 11th. This is a live recording. My birthday is on the 12th. You guys won't hear this until the 13th. So that doesn't qualify you to call me old.
Oh, well, they can call you old because you'll be 30
it's
years
fine.
old
It's
in
fine.
one day when
It's
they hear
fine.
this.
Just know when I go to the basketball court, I'm going to keep my cream on.
Yeah, icy hot.
It's the blue Magoo or blue emu.
It's the same thing. It's icy hot
Yeah.
for your old creaky bones.
I'm saying, sometimes when you take part in certain activities, you gotta give a little stretching, so no Charlie horses erupt. Cause Charlie horses, I'm just saying,
Oh,
that junk don't feel too good when
you getting old.
it don't feel too good when the motion is complete. It don't feel too good catching the Charlie horse. That messes everything up. Like, oh wait, I can't move. But yeah, man, goes back to people, kids, or people
I forgot
watching
we
your
was
kids.
talking about that. Oh Lord.
Yeah, she always
Trusting
never
people
does
with your kids.
trusting people with the kids.
I don't trust nobody with my kids.
Now you need I think you need a computer, and you need like a hand scan, a fingerprint scan, and once the little print go
Background
through,
check.
everything just comes up, and you could be like, okay, so, no, you can't watch my no.
So this is the thing. Since my kids have been babies, when babies and children, they sense things that us adults block out. Like I don't even want to say block out. We just don't. Kids
Don't
are
pay
just
no
open
mind.
to things. Exactly. You ever seen a baby just freak out at somebody for no reason? Just freak out.
Yeah, they breast. Ooh,
I mean, maybe, but you see you're just meeting someone for the first time. Their aura just isn't right, and the baby can see that.
Did you go poopy?
Me, as a mother, I've never forced my children on somebody that they disliked. I always trusted their judgment as babies because they can sense things that I necessarily can't see. They can feel things that maybe I can't feel. So, I mean, that might sound crazy, but as a baby, as a little baby, when they can't speak to me, they can't tell me what they're feeling. I always took that as, they didn't mesh well, and I never forced my kids on somebody that they didn't like. Something I couldn't do.
She sound like a real hippie right now. Just saying.
No, like I said, I was put in bad situations as a child, and my mom never seen the signs. So therefore, I never told her until I got in high school, and I was able to deal with what I went through, and be able to process it because it happened when I was so young. That's when I told my mom about it. So I dealt with that all through my childhood, and my mom never seen the signs. So I take those things as signs. Like, not necessarily saying that something had happened to my child from that person, because that was the first time they've ever even seen that person. It's just the vibes that they get, you know, like, if I sound like a hippie, so be it. But
let's bring peace. Yeah, man.
I take it as,
I understand.
and that's the real reason for all y'all that know me. I have stressed and stressed and stressed about me never wanting a girl.
Oh man,
I have all boys, and I feel like it's really the God knows what I need. I feel like I would just suffocate a little girl because of what I went through. I wouldn't know how to like trust the world with her, you know. Ooh,
I'm gonna tell you.
I feel like I would mess that little girl up. That's why I couldn't even do it. I feel like I'm already overprotected for my little boys.
Oh yes, indeed. Ease up on.
But that's where you balance me out.
Let them be rough. The other day, it was funny. I said, "Hey, check this out. Y'all want to play?" Because TT, he's a ninja. Grill him. He don't like to get hit too much. But
He's a ninja for sure.
Oh, TT?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. He be kicking his butt off. Grill him. He's like a quiet, but
He's reserved.
He's like one of those. He's like one of those quiet.
You don't
fox.
underestimate the quiet ones.
Yeah, like the gas.
He observes everything.
Yeah, and that's how he is.
Forced to be reckoned with.
But nah, it was playing boxing. TT wanted a karate. He wanted karate me. I'm like, all right, I get on my knees, and when I now when I'm on my knees, they're taller than me. So I'd be like, come on, bro, you can kick it.
It is so tall.
Yeah, I'm like, you can do whatever. He be like, okay, PC, and they be catching me with some good ones, but I just can't whoop them. I gotta make them be like, oh, okay, this is what you do, because they be Grilling be hitting me with some hooks and some
Y'all had the
jabs.
boxing gloves on today, innit? No, not today. It was yesterday.
Yeah, we had them on yesterday. TT wanted to kickbox.
No,
no,
he's
TT
a ninja.
wanted karate. No, he wanted to do karate, and Grilling, he just wanted the boxing gloves on. So I'm like, hey, check this out. The first time you cried, you're done. Man, TT came, tried to kick him. Grilling sidestepped and punched him. Bam! TT hit the floor. Grilling! I'm like, what happened? He said, that hurt. I'm like, oh, you crying? Because I'm counting. He's like, no, I'm going to get up. He got up. Try to do it again. Grilling sidestepped.
Trying to toughen him up.
Boom. Yeah, that's it. Because he didn't whine the whole time. He was hurt. I was like, hey, like, you good, bro? It hurt a little bit. It stink, huh? He was like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's fine. You'll be good. you good. I'm like, hey, this is immune.
If he was really hurt, he would stop playing. They both would.
Oh, yeah.
They like to have fun like that.
Yeah, that's why they be with
They're
me.
boys, man. That's what boys do.
But see, look, they be sitting up in the PC. That you hit me, that hurt. But secretly, man, they be catching me off guard. And I be like, oh, shit.
I was a roughneck. That was me and my brother.
That's how you supposed
Ooh, we
to
used
be.
to play so rough.
I'm going to tell you, because they can't be going to New Orleans with all that wine and crying. Look, kids gonna be like, what's he crying for? Man, why you always crying? And Grilla gonna be like, say, bro, why you coming over here? You heard me? He'll say an intellectual joke that take like 10 minutes.
That's my baby.
I love when he tell a joke. I'll be sitting there like,
You be like, wait, can you start from the beginning because I forgot half of it.
I'll be like, I'll be boosting. I'll be like, okay, what else? No. Like, no, PC. He be having the fattest smile. That's when your face just pops out. The cheeks go up. And he smiles like,
That's my brown skin twin.
yeah, your brown skin twin. Yeah, you the dark marshmallow.
He's so handsome.
You dark white.
They both are.
No, you're dark white.
They both look like me, but Nehemiah looks more like me. TT acts like me.
Ooh, if you could do that again.
But no, he looks like me too in his own ways.
No, I think it's more so he act like you to make him look like you.
Yeah, maybe.
It's all right.
Whatever.
Why you saying it like that? He's not a bad child. He's the most loving child.
Oh, I know.
He is.
I'm saying he was just like me. I turned out fine. I just, I had it rough in the beginning.
Yeah.
I just had a whole lot of attitude.
Yeah.
And I didn't like to listen. And
Did Mimo ever whoop you? Did she?
I stay getting whoopings
From
both
from
of
Mimo.
them.
From Mimo?
Yeah.
What? Man, boy, I wish Mimo would tear them boys up one day. Just surprise them. Now, don't y'all ever come to him in my house and break my peace again. Man, they'll be like,
Shake them up real quick. Nah, Mima's chilled out in her older years.
Mimo chill. She be like, look, she the calm one.
I
I'ma
know,
tell you.
But she was a stay-at-home mom for a long time. So, I mean, she had to get her respect.
Yeah, I'm gonna
She
tell
was
you.
with us all day.
I'm gonna tell you.
We
For
was
future
a rough
references.
patch of kids.
For future references, if they ever come to the point where they are married with kids, they will not, and I repeat, them kids ain't coming in my house hooping and hollering, because I'm going to have both of them eating Cheewees, watching cartoons, quiet as cheese. I wish they would come to my house being crazy.
Nehemiah and TT gonna come in the house like,
What the heck?
dang,
How you do that? Be like, this is what.
What'd you do to the
Man,
kids?
I'm telling you, if Pops was living up here, I kid you not, because he already had it like that when I first met y'all. Remember?
Mhm.
Man, he had them all sitting in the living room. TT was little. He was always squirming him, but
But he was like, what, 2-3 years old?
3 or 4.
Yeah, okay.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
3 and 4, and man, they used to come on, probably like, hey, look, Max 2. Max number 2.
He still call him that to this
How
day.
the Max brothers? He always
The
say, how the
Max
Max
brothers.
brothers? How the Max brothers bleed? I be like, man, they getting huge and eating. He's like,
Yo, I remember
man,
me and your dad had a little feud.
if
over the
that wasn't,
boys.
I'm sitting there like, wait. You mad because he told him?
You know, past in the past, the past is in the past.
No.
We don't move forward.
I know we did, but
that's
it
my
was
partner.
funny because I was sitting there looking like, run this by me again. He is terrorizing my room and my dad, this is his house, and he said, hey, you need to be quiet and shut up. Well, he was 100% correct, because at that time he needed to shut his legs up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like I said, the past is in the past.
You was overhyper and shit. I'm like,
That was a long time ago.
yeah, that was before you got that voodoo in you.
I'm telling you, one of your peoples done put it on me.
Oh no, it wasn't my people. You know what it was. Don't play. Don't sit up in here and do that. Don't do that.
Oh, we're so off topic.
We've been off
Y'all,
topic
we
8 years ago.
just-
Chill out. We're having a good time tonight. It feels good just to talk. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna actually stay on topic. Something that we hardly do. So we're gonna try to do this 100.
This is kind of a serious, sad thing so far. Like,
What you mean?
it's overall, we just got so serious and
But then we were just laughing, so it's all good. We gotta keep doing it like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Let's go.
You
What's
act
the
like
next
we-
one, baby?
I don't know. You got the paper.
Oh, snap!
I need a sip.
All right, so in relationships, or even, if you've got a troubled child or whatever the case may be, do you think that counseling is necessary, or do you think it even works? Whether it be marriage counseling, couples counseling if you're not married, one-on-one, work through your anxiety, whatever counseling, anger management, whatever. Do you think it works, or do you think it's necessary for people?
I ain't gonna say. I just say overall, different people is different for everybody. We can say if you so when it comes to marriage or relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we do go to counseling, we go to a counselor, and the counselor he tells us and he gives us scenarios on how to do this, how to do that, right? Okay, say he does give us those scenarios, and we practice those, and we still don't get it right. And every time we keep going, we still don't get it right. We're paying somebody to show us how to love one another. When we say we love each other, we should know how to open up to one another, because when they say it through thick and thin, for better or for worse, there has to be a breaking point, meaning you have to find that breaking point within each other. You can't allow, it may be different for some other people, but I was
going to let you finish, but that's what I was going to say is I feel like people go to counseling for different reasons. Even if it's in a marriage or a relationship, like, they go for different reasons. Not everyone fights for the same thing, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like the counseling's not for everyone, you know? But not everyone has good communication. Like, some people's communication is better than others. And some people know how to communicate. Some people do not. And I think that's where a counselor would come in, is for people that don't know how to communicate with each other correctly, because there's a proper way to communicate. I mean, everyone has their own twist to it, whatever, but you know, you got to get both sides out. You got to work through the problem. But the key is when one person tells the next person how they feel, and then vice versa, you have to actually fix the problem. A lot of people don't like to own up to their faults or their shortcomings, you know.
They know that. And see, that's the thing.
That's hard for people. And I think that's where counselors help certain people.
Yeah. And sometimes I look at it as, well, some people are selfish.
Yes.
And see, if you have somebody in a relationship, and a person is sitting out, you know, they tell you, look, I'm feeling this, you know, a certain way. As in a relationship, that's your duties. Your duties are to let the other person know either where they're going, you know, where they're going right, where they're making you feel like you're either not wanted or making you feel uncomfortable.
Right or wrong, you're supposed to be 100%.
Exactly. And some people don't follow that code, or they don't try to find a solution. And that's why I always say, well, in a relationship, that's what it's all about, trying to find a solution. Because the older you get, when you go through 100 relationships, somewhere down the line, you have got to learn something out of that in order for you to go and prosper.
I've learned something from every single relationship I've ever been in.
Exactly. And you're supposed to take those principles, and you're supposed to, and if you're serious with especially if you're serious with somebody, and you're supposed to take those.
That's what I mean. Like, every serious relationship I've been in. Yeah.
So that's when you won't know everything 100%, but whatever you learn, you're supposed to take it with you and apply that. And put in an effort to make change, you know, without involving a third party. Meaning, just to clarify with somebody that you're doing right versus with your mate.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's just my point. I mean, go.
Like I said, just everybody views counseling different. But I think it's for certain people. I think like I said, it boils down to communication. If you know how to communicate, if you and your partner know how to communicate,
and that
there shouldn't even be an issue.
And that takes time.
But along the way, sometimes communication gets lost for different reasons, but as soon as you bring that back, I mean, but like I said, every couple's different. But the reason this all came about is, you know, I was giving advice to someone, and, you know, sometimes what I feel isn't what they feel, and, you know, just like I said, everyone has different opinions, and that's how this topic even came about.
And everybody do have different opinions.
Yeah.
But it's also always good to I think people do that to vent when they go to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when they go into a counseling, maybe they just go into someone who's actually listening.
Right.
And, you know, who can gather the information and also interpret it. And
I feel like I'm a lot of people's counselor. Y'all don't have to be paid to
You
counsel. Actually, in middle school, I was a peer mediator. They seen it from afar.
Lord, they let you in a peer mediators club.
I went to a little retreat and learned how to peer mediate.
Girl, I didn't see all the kids you tortured. All of the
What do
kids you
mean
didn't torture.
Why you? Ooh, you making me look like a bad person. I was a little roughneck child. I already said it.
Shoot.
Ooh, I was touched in the head, as Uncle Frank would
Yeah,
say.
funny. She touched in her head. Oh man, look at her. Look. The Susan.
People
She
grow up,
throw
people
it,
change.
She
you
throw it
know?
off. Look, she throw it off. Look at little Susan.
Ooh.
Oh man, that is funny. Oh man,
But yeah.
but
That's just, as far as for kids counseling, I feel like, you should know how to handle your kid. But if you've done every single thing and you've resorted to everything that you know how, that you've been taught how, and there's just something deeper rooted with your child, I think that
you mean
maybe an outside opinion could help.
You mean if the child's a demon?
Touched in the head,
Touched
you
in
know?
the head. Be like, I can't take you nowhere. You know
But
what?
I think that if you've tried everything as a parent that that you see would fit for that situation, for how that child is, acts, whatever, I would never give up on my child, so I would try
You're not
anything.
supposed to.
You're never supposed to give up on your
Yeah.
child. So, I mean, if counseling is, is what you see works,
See,
most definitely.
I ain't gonna lie. In my years raising the boys, the reason why I always say I wouldn't resort to counseling, but I'm fine with it. I'm not against it. Is it made me look at me and see what I need to change in myself in order for him to change, because it could be some stuff.
Yeah,
it
us as
could-
adults get stuck in our ways too.
Exactly, and they tend to copy those ways and clone them. And now we saying, "Why you always yelling?" Because every time I look up, you're yelling at me for it. So that's how it's helped me
Yeah.
to even be like, well, I can't go to him saying that he get all pissed off extra quick because I do. So he's
Got a short
copying.
fuse.
He's like, he got a short fuse, I see, because you do. And that's when, like I said, that's when you have to know thyself. You have to get in tune with yourself.
Mhm.
You have to just figure some things out. And that calls, for you to just be...
People don't like to be vulnerable and to open yourself up and look at your flaws, and you're vulnerable.
Yeah. Be like, well, because
That's why I said on another episode, you have to
Acceptance.
step outside your comfort zone. That's the only way you're going to grow, is make yourself vulnerable, put yourself out there, do something new. You might fall in love with the thing that you were so scared to do.
You might fall in love in rap.
Oh my
Our
God.
goes right for you.
Yo, it's coming up.
Oh, snap. Adrian, we need to get over here probably Friday,
Oh
Saturday.
my goodness, y'all. It's right around the corner. I'm so scared. My nerves have still not gone.
If you
But you know,
haven't...
we were talking to a customer about it.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Jim worked together, and one of our regulars came in, and
Shout out Jimmy.
we're chatting, and he's a pastor, and he was talking about how, when you make yourself vulnerable, you open yourself up, things happen. You may not, or think people that don't think that they're talented and don't put themselves out there, those are the ones that make it, because that's not what they're striving after. That's not it. It just happened. And he's like, watch, you about to go on stage and it's just gonna happen for you.
You're gonna be
He's like, your husband's gonna be found, and and I was just like,
I want to be. Hey, let me tell you something. My little cousin, shout out Poppy. Him, matter of fact, Poppy. Didn't Nene hear the song? I don't know if Nene. I think Nene heard the song. Beatty heard the song. Jay heard the song. Jabari heard the song. Craig heard the song.
Oh, everybody that
All
heard it
the
liked
other-
it,
they
but
was
that
like-
it's still not convincing for me
What?
because like I don't see myself as a rapper, so it's just hard to think that I even did that. I put it down, like I'm not gonna lie, but
I'm gonna post it up once I'm done with it. You know, once it's all fresh.
I don't know. I never see myself doing that.
You know,
Like I said, when I recorded it, I couldn't even face you. Like
I'm gonna tell you,
it took so long to record it, but overall it turned out pretty good.
and see that's the. I'm gonna tell you, what surprised me because when I was working at Walgreens the first time.
I think you mentioned Walgreens in like every single episode.
I think so. I need to plug them in. Get your sale on your water.
It'd be great if it
$2.99.
was sponsored by Walgreens, eh?
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be dandy. See from the bottom pictures up everywhere. But partner of mine's named Keith. His rap name is Committed. And back when I met him, I forgot what year it was, like 08 to like 2010ish, around that time. He was doing his gospel rapping. And I was like, man, you doing your thing, man. I was even in one of his videos.
Oh, I remember you playing the little piano, a little keyboard.
I was the DJ. What you talking
Oh,
about?
the DJ.
I believe
I
it's called
remember.
So Hot. I need to post that. I need
that's
to
too
post
funny.
that. So Hot. But, write that down, boo. So Hot.
Mm-hmm.
Committed, So Hot.
From the bottom.
Be like, I put, but, he was like, man, you should try rap. I'm like, nah, man, it ain't for me. Then my little partner, Nick, shout out. Nick, you heard me. Cletus. He was rapping, and I ain't gonna lie. When he first started, I'm like, man, you rap because everybody else rapping. I'm like, man, you poop. Then he started rapping. I'm like, he was like, say, son, listen to this. I listened to him, like, say something that you. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I'm like, say, son, you get nice with it. You know them flows. He was like, man, everybody on campus listens like that boy can spit. Then he just kept getting better.
Nick do got a good flow.
He got a
I
flow
told him
on
that
it.
day when I met him.
I'm like, son got a flow on him. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, before I started rapping, he like, hey, say Jay, son, get on a song with me. I'm like, all right. He convinced me finally. And I wrote a verse already from Music Soul Child's. It was a interlude.
That's the first song you ever wrote to?
It was the beginning. The one with
You would.
If I was a new the girl next door. It's on that CD,
I
but
just think it's
the
kind of
beginning.
funny that you would write a rap
Boom,
song
boom,
to
boom. No, but I was just writing, and
okay.
and I didn't know how to write on like right there, then record it. So I said, hey, son, I got something. And I just wrote a little bit.
But you had already wrote poetry, so I mean, it's not hard to
Well,
transition.
I always
that
thought
into,
my poetry was food though. I always thought
I
it.
mean, I'm just playing.
No, I'm serious. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
you had great poetry.
Yeah, I still want to write this two writing pieces. I ain't gonna lie, for the longest. It was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, baby. They had some girl was like, oh, you wrote that? I'm like, sure, you're right. I'm like, shout you all right.
But ain't that funny because your cousin Rodney, he just gave me the same poem a couple days ago.
Which one?
That would be some mess, huh?
But no. But I always thought my poetry was poo. Cause I usually hear people's stuff. I'm like, yo, I had one cat I went to school with, Gregory, Jamal Ezel. Shout you out, son. He wrote a poem in 8th grade. And he just said something where I can propose to you in the middle of Atlantic. Yo, that joke was so smooth. I'm like, yo.
He remembers the words. You know that changed his life.
I ain't gonna lie.
What grade were you in?
It was in 8th grade.
Oh yeah, that
I
changed
kid
your
you not.
life.
If I was to say, hey son, listen to this at such and such, he'd be like, say son, you remember? I'm like, say son, that was a dope poem. like we was all sitting in this big ass
Changed
circle.
the whole mat game.
It did, but it never worked because I was always too quiet. I was
As a
always
little- how old are you in the 8th grade? Like 13, 14, 14?
about
15?
14. 9th grade, you 15, something like that. But nah, I was always scared to say something. I was too goofy. I would have started laughing. I remember I gave a girl some rhymes. I said some rhymes. Some line. Kyle say, hey, ask her what's her name. Ask her where she from. Ask her which school she go to and tell her. I remember this. Mardi Gras. We always wearing jerseys. I thought I was fresh. He was like, yeah, ask her that. And then be like, oh, look my, he be like, he told me the signals and everything. He was like, hey, look like my people are ready to go, but look, let me get your number, you heard me? And that happened.
He teaching you how to Mac?
Yeah, man, Kyle, man, I used to hate going places with this dude because I
could see y'all as little young Thundercats.
Oh, man, I was chubby with over. My girls like, ugh, look at his teeth. Why he always smiling? I ain't gonna lie. Baby, let me tell you something. I think I told you this. I don't really care. I used to be ribbing the mess out of them, but it used to be funny because, man, we'd be going somewhere and it'd be right amount of chicks and the right amount of dudes. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at one. Ain't none of them looking at me, and I could just hear one whisper, oh, wow, can he close his mouth? I'm like, that's cool. But it was cool. I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, man, I think I know them. Let me go around here right quick. But I wasn't, I wasn't upset.
Kids are cruel.
I used to rip myself better than anybody could
Little
rip
of a
me.
bite, yet he's so attractive. Just throw a little bar out there.
Now she comfortable rapping. You see that, huh? She gonna do just fine. At first she had to turn around and do all that. Now she looking at me, throwing it in as an ad lib. Man, get your old married ass.
I'm trying to really work myself up here.
I ain't mad at you. Keep working. I know you can do it.
Oh God.
That's that Rob Schneider from off of.
That was horrible.
Hey Pedro, I was watching Napoleon Dynamite the other. Yo, that movie is so hilarious.
I haven't watched that movie in years.
It's just funny. Leave me alone. Hey Pedro, Napoleon. What topic we need to be on? Are we even on 2?
Yeah, you have the other ones.
Oh,
I remember one though. How about so we talked about the boys going back to school a little bit the last episode. How do you think this year's gonna go for the boys? Or even for you? Jeez.
I'll get a terrible for 300, please. Hopefully, excuse me, for the boys. Hopefully it goes by pretty cool, pretty smooth. Hopefully I don't get too many calls. I'm bound to get one call.
I feel like the calls have lessened over the years.
Yeah.
They're getting it together, Although I have got my first official email already from a teacher.
Oh.
See, I'm just going to throw this out there.
Throw it out there. Let me catch it.
First of all, the email came to me 8 o'clock on a Sunday night.
It was 7:30, but 8 o'clock, you're right. 7:33
Round up a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
7:36.
So anyways,
Mm-hmm.
the lady emailed me, and just her wording. First of all, she had words spelt wrong. She didn't have complete sentences. But just how she said, how she was talking to me about my child, I just hopped on the defense right quick. I didn't like it at all.
Did you want to slap her through an email?
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Did you wish they had a slap button?
I'm trying to change my ways.
You ain't in Carolina, girl. You ain't hood no more. Chill out.
No, but look,
You too cautious. You afraid of the dog. Hush up.
The email was stating that she feels that my son should do this, but my son does not want to do that. And
So what are you talking about? Do what?
So she thinks that he would be fabulous playing an instrument, and he is too advanced for her general music class. So she feels that he should play one of X instruments, I guess. And he doesn't want to play an instrument. So I'm still finding out the whole story, and I have not spoke to the teacher yet. But from my understanding so far is he either has to play an instrument, be in orchestra. Okay, he has to be in orchestra, be in band, or be in choir, or in the general music. But she feels he's too advanced for her general music class.
So otherwise, he has to pick.
Right. But she's trying to force him to play an instrument. He feels, I don't want to speak on her behalf because I have not spoke to this woman yet, but he feels that she is trying to force an instrument upon him, and he really does not want to play an instrument. He would rather, he hasn't really said which one he would rather do besides the instrument, but he doesn't want to do the instrument. So I was talking to him one-on-one the other day, and he was saying that he feels the reason that he is more advanced over the rest of the class is because he memorizes the notes as she plays them. He can't actually read the music. And I guess the lady thinks that he can read the music. So that's why she feels he's more advanced. So, and I just got all of this information. So
I think he may be comfortable with both of us going, or one of us going, to explain that to her.
Right. And I will go talk to the lady.
Yeah, you should go tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to the lady because I want to get to the bottom of it. Like I said, I haven't spoke to her. Like I said, the email.
Don't get gangster over email. If she's spelling like that, she probably peaceful as hell.
I'm just saying, I didn't like how the email was worded at all. And she may not even come off like that. She just may not even known how to go about it.
It was because
but
the email
from what
was at
he's
8
saying
o'clock.
to me, and then how the email came about, like, I just kind of jumped on the defense for my son, you know. But the more I talked to him and realized that, you know, he feels that he's not as advanced as she feels he is, and he doesn't want to throw himself out into an instrument. And but you know, I mean, we've had conversations.
Man, I be trying to have. I ain't gonna lie to you. The boy can beatbox like crazy.
He was doing it today.
And it's probably buku. I haven't heard him. He don't like to do it. I'll be like, come on.
So
I'll challenge him.
Drop It Like It's Hot came on in the car. And he can beatbox that whole song. Like, he can be, and I always ask him to do it because I've heard him do it before, and he will not do it. But it came on today, and he didn't think I heard him in the back seat, but he is good. He's so good.
Are we trying to get him to do a beat?
My boy has loved music since he was like 2 months old.
Yeah. He can rap, too.
You should put a little clip of him rapping when he was like 4. That was so cute.
I think we need to do that.
That little boy was riding the beat.
Shout out Cal. From the Bottom Productions. Damn. 45 7 minutes of you talk too much.
Y'all, you know, thank you for all the love and support that y'all give to From the Bottom. You know, just thought I should throw that in there.
Please do. Act generous. About schools. My school year. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all. Let me say you. Tell y'all something. Excuse my language. The wine is starting to take over my veins. Let me take one more sip.
It started to take over you. I've had like a quarter.
Don't
of a
even
glass.
display my.
For y'all that don't know, I'm not even gonna put it
do
out
not
there.
test my testosterone level right now.
Man,
It's officially my birthday.
happy birthday, love.
Thank you.
You are officially 30 years old. You cannot call me old anymore because
Well,
you're right there with me.
Technically, I'm not 30 until 11:10 a.m. To be
All right. The technicalities, I dig it.
To be honest, just to be honest, Mom, I hate when kids do that. Well, especially TT. Well, technically, I didn't.
Ooh,
put
he
it
loved to
there.
say technically.
Ooh. The one time before he can say Lee, the shoe was that close from his face. Technical. Okay, I'm sorry. Put it. I'm sorry, PC.
It's your birthday.
But yeah, it's. Oh, okay. I guess you want to sing a happy birthday song.
Oh, I can't sing. We are gonna lose listeners if I sing.
Yeah.
If I
Well,
would know.
we may gain another audience of bad singers. You never know.
Happy birthday to ya.
Birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Babe,
Whoa.
I am so excited for your birthday.
Why?
I just am. To celebrate another year of life.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Another year with you.
And you
I'm
got
excited.
something planned. But look, I'm gonna shout everybody
Why
out.
would I have anything planned for your 30th birthday? That would be silly.
No, I want to put this out there. All right. And we might have to go over the list in case you didn't invite some of the people.
You don't trust that I would invite everybody that's should be there?
I'm hoping. You know the people I roll with. I got my ball and click, you heard me? Straight hooping. Yeah.
You really wouldn't trust. Oh, my bad. You wouldn't trust that I would make sure that everybody is there that you would need there.
I would. You did an FBI scan on my phone, so I'm pretty sure you know. You know. You're like, why is my phone beeping out of nowhere every time at 12 p.m.? I'm just messing with you. I trust you, baby. That's why I trust you.
Why do you keep digging me about these details to the party? The secret's out. I mean, you're having a party. You know you're having a party. You know I would not give you a party for your 30th birthday.
To be honest with you, me, I'm good with throwing.
You're simple. We know that. That's
wait
not.
a
That's
minute.
What? That came out wrong.
Wait.
No,
wait.
you just
we need
enjoy
to pause
the simpler
this.
things in
Wait,
life.
Wait. Play that back. I'm not simple.
You're not simple by any means. That's how I took that back as soon as I said
you
it.
gotta listen to this. Look at his face. I'm 30 years old. You're gonna respect your elders. Listen to me.
You're so silly.
I'm not simple.
You know I didn't mean it like that.
I'm easygoing, okay? I'm easygoing.
You're very easygoing.
Yeah, I don't
So
need
you would
like.
appreciate a little kickback at the house. Like, I know that.
No, well, damn. How simple do you think I am? I would have said at the park, but shh. Yeah, with a little sun in the air. You heard me, with the wind blowing. Whoop whoop. Got barbecue going at the park, playing some ball. You got the football. We got cornhole. Oh, we got horse. In the hood, horse is what it is. We use, man, my uncle and them, they used to find a abandoned house. Doot, doot, doot. Nail it up and start playing horseshoe. Kick back out their little milk crates with their little beers on a Friday. They in. Nephew. Nephew.
Oh, man.
Country. Nephew. Oh, man.
30 years old.
It's Tuesday.
Young son of the Cal. Shout out to Cal.
It's Tuesday.
We miss you, Cal. We miss you.
So how many episodes? Damn. It's been tragic. Yesterday we tried to do an episode, and the computer was taking all day because he was going to pick up the
man.
equipment.
We've been trying to do what we're trying to do.
But we got
getting
it.
them out for you, though.
We hopefully y'all like this episode. You know, it's a part 2, and we did a lot of rambling, but you know, hopefully we kind of brought the spirits up because
Cal will be back.
he'll be
soon.
back from the bottom. He'll be back. I love that part. But you know, with everything that's been going on, like, man, it's so crazy. I mean, just everything on the news and what's being told, what's being flipped, and what isn't being told, what's behind the curtains. You know, a lot of that is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the things with the weather control situation, or what else was it? It was something else I was reading about. I can't pinpoint it.
You read.
I can't pinpoint it.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
I can't pinpoint it.
Just everything is crazy. So we've been trying to do what we got to do.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need our survival kit soon.
Oh, it's got it.
We got it, but we need a plan A. I wonder if we need to. I wonder what we need to do. If for our true listeners or anybody or everybody, if you have a good survival plan, please post it on our wall. Leave it in as a comment. Give us some scenarios. Let us know what we can do. Let our listeners know. Let other people know. What are the right ways to survive in such, in this craziness. Cause I ain't about to just go out just to go out. You ain't about to come up in here and talk about some night. Oh, no, indeed. It's about to be a struggle for me to go night. You heard me? For me to go take a nap, you got to come up in there with some power, because I'm coming in with some power, you heard me? Then the little one's going to have the power. Huh?
You just went way left.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, prepare, because I don't want to hesitate to prepare my kids to learn to protect themselves. Not meaning that it has to be with any weapons, but at the same time, yeah, if they have a broomstick and that's the only thing they have, learn how to use that thing. And really, if it's a couple people trying to roll up on them, you got to do what you got to do. I don't want them
to protect yourself.
Yeah, and I don't want them to. Either way, you're going to get a whooping. Like I tell them, look, bro, you just lied. You can cry, you're going to get a whooping. You can tell me what you did, you still going to get a whooping. You going to get a whooping, so just embrace it. So that's why I tell them, look, embrace the whooping you about to get and protect yourself. Do what you can. You went out like a man. Just know that. Because once your back's against the wall, that's a wrap.
I dig it.
Man, it'd be like Pops. Pops I used to be walking by the bathroom. Pops would be in the mirror shadow boxing. I was like, yo. I mean,
watching all his day karate movies.
Man, watching them karate movies. Man, Pops used to fall asleep on the karate movies, and I just so happen to be in there.
About karate.
Who?
Your dad.
Man. Sometimes I go in the room. I be like, man, I ain't even see this one. And I just be sitting there. I grab me a pillow, and I just lay down and just be watching. I be like, man, then next day I be like, Pops, what's that one you was watching?
I've been watching.
Watch so many of them. Man, but. Oh, we have 56 minutes. Do we have? Oh, brings me back. I can't forget this one. I can't forget this one.
All over the place.
We have been all over, and we do apologize, but it is entertainment. So hopefully it's entertaining. I just want to
take this little time to say, if you guys ever have any topic ideas, anything you want to hear us talk about, feel free to drop it on any of our platforms. Let us know. And
we not mad, you heard me? Share your opinion. You can discuss the Confederate flag. We'll Google it. Now anyway, we'll make some sense in it. But taking me back to school, how my school year is going to be. Now, first off.
Oh, I forgot we didn't even talk about that.
Oh, I ain't forget. I remember last time after we finished the podcast, this is when I came up with the topic. So I'm noticing. The other day, I'm cleaning up the school. I'm burning up. And it's like after hours, right? Cool. Why is it hot? There's people still in the building, right? So I asked my supervisor, I'm like, hey, yo, check it out. Why is it, so hot? You feel it's hot in here? He's like, well, yeah, they cut it off just to make it,
cut off
conserve.
The AC.
Yeah, because there's, the kids, teachers not in the building. That kind of made me draw an eyebrow. So let me get this straight. Kids are in school from about 8:20 to about 5 o'clock, right? The AC is on. So you mean to tell me they can destroy the school in some air conditioning, but I got to clean this thing up in the heat? What type of sense does that make? Me as a worker, I feel like I'm not appreciative.
They playing you, man.
I feel kind of played because I'm like, wait, y'all kind of like, you know, one of the richest school districts. I can understand saving money.
But that's every school district.
That's school.
Just like in the summertime, they expect y'all to clean the whole school in the hot building with no AC.
We be having them little tabletop fans. I'm like, really? But sometimes I guess it's depending on what you're doing. I don't know, cause this year was different because some schools weren't, which they did. It was a lot better. Some schools that we were not at, and no one was there. Nothing was on, no AC or whatever.
Yeah, but all
That's
of
understandable.
the AC at every single school is controlled by one place.
No, you can do it from the computer. You can go anywhere and any computer, just log on to the little site, put your little password in.
That's what I'm saying. It's controlled by one thing. So, I mean, if nobody's in that building, of course the AC doesn't have to be on. But if this building is occupied, turn it on every couple hours, you know? Come up with some air.
And that's true. But they be trying to save that money. They be trying to save that money.
Dang.
I understand it. But, bruh, you want your school to look pretty. Can I get something? That's like in the cold. So you mean tell me you going to cut the heat off?
It's okay. We got the AC on year round at our job. Even in the freezing cold. It's
so you go outside and be like,
it's colder in the store than it is outside.
That's all bad. Be like, you might as well just open the door. Some of that little heat can get in, huh?
I'm telling you. It's
That's
always
funny.
so cold at my job.
But no, I just thought that was funny. Like, man, I'm up in here working.
Not to rub it in.
I'm saying. You rubbing it in like some lotion, for real.
My bad.
Get up. But, you know, like I'm saying, man, that's I just thought that I did. That right there was just poo. Cause
yeah, that's not good. They expect
I catch a heat stroke scrubbing your floor, stripping your floor. Be like, what happened, man? It was hot in here. Be like, oh, shouldn't the AC be on? No, well, we trying to conserve some energy and gas and some money. Yo, yeah, okay.
You can't work if you get injured.
I do be liking when they be having potlucks, though.
That's probably your favorite part of the job.
Some people be having some off the chest, like James. Shout you out, James, bro. Old cat. Older cat. I'm going to say old cat. He cool. He brought some ribs. Man, them things was gone. He bought 3 slabs. Things was gone quick. Then, you know, they be having some people where stuff don't move. I know they be looking like, come on, man. I know somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna,
People are scared food-wise. They're not, some people aren't adventurous with food.
But do you
Especially
see
if you
some of
don't
the
know what it
things
is.
people cook?
Oh, some people can't cook. I know that. Baby, I cooked for our wedding because, well, I planned on it, but I was surprised by my favorite chef. But I was going to cook for our wedding, so I knew that the food was good. I don't trust anybody's cooking.
Cause you know me, Mom make the baddest potato salad. If you want, but I ain't gonna lie. When we go to New Orleans next year, Mimo, I honestly, I don't want to put Mimo to work, but I want Mimo to make her potato salad.
Cause we're gonna be making food for the birthday party.
Yeah, and in Auntie Joe's words, that junk was jamming.
Yo, your Uncle Nat gotta make some beans.
Ooh,
Them are the best red beans I've ever had in my life.
Nathaniel's,
Aside from
Nathan's.
Nah, he got me beat. But he did give me the recipe, and I think I did a pretty darn good job
Replicating.
recreating.
You did. I ain't gonna lie, you did. He did. I ain't gonna lie. Whatever he did, he do. And his beans is always
his foot in his beans.
They've always tasted the same. Literally. Unless you add some. I'm like, he used to do some beans.
Changed my life.
I used to be like, Mama, you know, I love you, but you know, that beans taste a little better. His
well, you know, I can't even speak on that because I ain't never had her red beans.
Oh,
Mama's.
they did. I ain't gonna lie, they did. But
I think I might have had her butter beans, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Mama butter beans used to be off the cheese. What she used to make? Her butter beans.
She can make she made us that hot sausage po' boy. That was good.
She used to make a liver.
When we went down there for our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Mama cooked for us like every day.
She would not let us leave unless she could.
She would not.
You don't need
look.
to eat that. You can get that right here. We go get some shrimp at the store. Be cheaper.
Right.
I'm like,
she
I ain't
cooked for
mad.
us like morning, noon, and night. And then the second time we came down there, she's like, "Oh, you got to cook for yourself."
Mm-hmm.
She was just so excited to have us down there the first time.
She was. She's like, "Oh, my son's a married."
Oh, she even redecorated the bathroom and put our wedding photo in.
Yeah, I remember that.
She's like, I redid the bathroom for you guys. She's so cute.
"Oh, sweet." Shout you out, Mama Cat the car. Little lady, little light and bright. But
That was so sweet.
yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna go
You got a quote for
inspirational.
us?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking one, so I'm gonna wing it.
I was just trying to look one up, but I couldn't find the one that I wanted. Give it to us, baby.
I'll say,
Birthday boy.
nah, and I mean it's being 30, and you know I hope this can get around, and I mean this. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you don't know what's bound to happen. You don't know what can happen within the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next second. You just don't know. And with that being said, it's kind of like you should take life. You shouldn't take it for granted. You should cherish it a lot more, and that's literally every single second. And for people who are going through some things and no one knows about it, I'll say, don't give up. Don't stop living.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to move forward and, spread love. Cherish love. Find love. I mean,
Love is important.
cause to lose someone, it's hard. And sometimes to lose them in different situations is even harder. For things, to split just like that, it's hard. But, like I said, if you see someone going through something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that, we can work on as being human, as a human race.
I think people forget how to love themselves, and that's where everything starts.
Yeah. We get to, and
You gotta love yourself before you can give yourself to someone else.
yeah, that's true. Just try to find that inner love, that inner beauty, that inner peace. Just something to spark up interest in like a new world for the better. 'Cause and I'm serious, 'cause you never know whose life you can change just by you changing one aspect in your life, just by one something you wanted to get rid of. Just by changing it, you may change somebody's life forever.
Yeah.
And like we always say, don't be afraid of change. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be in uncomfortable situations. That like a person that's. I remember it was hard for me to transition from being a clerk to like a shift lead, supervisor, however you want to put it. Just that title, At first I was a little nervous, but I'm like, what the heck? What I got to lose? Learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all. You got to learn from it. Learn from my mistakes. And I made plenty of mistakes, but I learned from them. And
That's
I moved
life.
on.
You learn from your
And it's
mistakes. You
life.
move forward.
It's like when you're riding a bike. You're going to constantly fall. Just learn from your other fall.
Yeah. I have another little one that I was looking for that kind of went along with what we were talking about with counseling and
Yeah.
communication and
Go ahead. Hit it.
People who love you wouldn't put themselves in a position to lose you. Drops mic.
AKA phone.
Yeah, no, just, like I said, love yourself first. If you love yourself, you won't settle for less. You'll find that right person that you can communicate with.
Yeah. And if you find communication being lost or not as defined as you want it, reach out for it and search for it. Go get it. Meaning with that person that you are with. Because that's how you get 80 years or 60 plus years of marriage.
Yes,
For the old couple who you see the guy still opening up the door for his wife, or the wife helping out her husband because he's too weak to hold up an umbrella, so she's getting wet but covering him because she know if he gets wet he's getting sick or something. You know, just to see stuff like that, that's true love.
yes.
And when you what
No, it was nothing. Well, this whole thing has been really random and just kind of all over the place, but at the end of it all, it does. At the end of it all, we just appreciate y'all for tuning in every week and showing your support and
grabbing y'all ears,
listening to us babble for
that's all
however
she do,
long.
man. Every time she on the show, that's all she do.
I'm sorry, guys. Cal will be back. You'll be back to your regular program. And, but let me know if you miss me every now and again. I'll come bless the mic.
Come bless the mic like she's spitting. You see that, huh? But y'all continue. Leave y'all comments. Like, share.
Like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Thumbs up. Oh, that would be like.
Hit that. Go to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Share our page and tell your friends to hit that like button. You want to see change? Help us seek change, cause we wanna do it. We want to do it big, but for all the right reasons. That's it.
We love y'all. We love that y'all take the time to listen. But on that note, until next time.
Oh wait, hold up. Gotta plug it in right quick. Go to That Kids. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Cal, got the kids going. We're gonna have big things going on with the kids. You heard me. Also, if you haven't, I'm gonna post up the show once again. You have until the 17th to buy your ticket. Already,
they sell
the
tickets
16th.
up until the day of the show. Or the day before.
I'll say the 16th.
Just get your tickets by the 16th, just so you know you're there. Just in case, if you want to bless us with your presence. What?
The 16th, car salesman. The 16th.
Sell salt to a slug.
You can go to www.afton, AFTON shows.com/J.R.DOT504. Go to that. Y'all post it up on the page. But if you want to attend, grab your ticket. Even if you don't, if you want to show support, you can show support that way. However, but I just thank y'all for tuning in, and we're trying to go Facebook Live. We have to, so we can put it up and show y'all what it's like, or what it is. Hopefully y'all critique me, because it's been a while since I went up.
I don't know if I want to go live for the podcast. It's a lot of pressure.
Cause I was like, what? Some. I'm gonna tell you, it's like this. Somebody gonna take a video. Somebody gonna do it on Snapchat.
That's a lot of pressure. What if I forget all the lyrics?
It's
What
alright.
if I just
help
stand
you.
up there and just completely bomb it?
Vomit?
I said bomb it. I'm gonna kill it. I just have to put that in the universe.
I'm gonna call you B Rabbit for real.
I'm gonna
For real.
vomit already. Mom spaghetti.
Let me like, don't
However
do it.
that song goes.
Don't do it.
Anyways, you guys, we
You-
love y'all.
You wanna do the outro?
Cal and J, a day.
I like how she do it. She do it better than me. Wait, do it again. Do it again. One more time.
Cal and J, a day.
Caca.
From the bottom. From the bottom. From the bottom. You know we got 'em.